Now, I don't know if I'm asking the obvious because you did mention AI, but before the trend of AI, are there repositories or database where companies can tap from in terms of, existing innovation?
So, yeah, of course. I think it depends on the industry, the sector, what you're looking for. One of my previous roles, I was actually called head of exploration. This is with the UNDP in Asia Pacific. And a lot of my work it was about horizon scanning. What I mean by that is it's literally trying to, in many cases, as quick as possible, really understand if you have an issue, if you have a challenge or something you're trying to explore, does it exist? Maybe it's something that has to do with circular economy in a certain kind of city or a smart city thing here and there. How do you, do the research quickly to really understand what's being tested? And by the way, there's also a scale of on in terms of readiness that's about a scale from 1 to 10 that's used to kind of identify, idea like in innovations that are emergent and they're at idea stage or prototype stage to those that are already scaling or commercialized. And it's the TRL scale. And what you'll find is there's actually a lot of databases that do help you identify what kind of like in the technology sphere that you might be looking for, if it's tech in this case, and then better understand, who's been doing it and what level of commercialization it's standing at. So a lot of these tech, let's say, innovations, industry ones in particular, some of them really started through government's programs, that were trying to do deep tech research and coming up with all kinds of interesting prototypes. And then some of that, of course, makes its way to the mainstream. And that's why we have the things that we can enjoy now when it comes to internet or cell phones. A lot of that didn't start necessarily just out of a random person or a company's basement. This was an industrial effort to accelerate some of these things. But just to say, yes, there are a lot of databases. I think it's getting more and more rich in terms of where you can find and access information. And now with AI being at everyone's fingertips, it really changes the game because you can, with the right prompts, you can really, find information so much faster than you could even 3 years ago or 5 years ago. Um, so yeah, this is just to say there's always a research effort, and there's formal functions for some of these roles in which people do it. As I mentioned, head of exploration. This was the whole point of my role in that time was to constantly try to see what's happening in the ecosystems and the landscapes that are relevant to the things that our teams were working on. But yeah, the databases exist. Um, does it mean that you're gonna find what you're looking for? And does it mean that if it's not on a database, it doesn't exist? No, not at all. In many cases, there's a lot of stealth mode things, right? So people are trying to build the next breakthrough technology, but they don't want everyone knowing about it until they have the right amount of investment or capital to bring it forward. So these are also depends on the size and yeah, the age and scale of the company, right? Depending on what you're looking for.